Yo, um, I'm gonna just go over a quick recap of today, which I did not trade, but let's go over a quick recap of Ryze SMT on this horrendous PA day, right? All right, so let's get started. So I'm starting off on the 5 minute because I want to test out like higher time frame entries instead of 1 minute entries on Ryze SMT. Even though it's basically the same, I just think it's cleaner. So let's get into this. So even with this bad PA, you can notice we have a Ryze SMT at 935. I'm counting this even though there's one right here. I wouldn't be on the charts here, so I'm kind of just looking at this of when I would be on the charts. So bang, you got one yellow zone SMT at 935 right here. Bang, bang, bang. Right there, bang. All right, 935 entry. I typically have a 50 tick stop. So if I have my entry at the 50% line, bang, 50 tick stop. And if I was using Ryze SMT for TPs, there, I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be any, unfortunately. So I most likely would have been stopped out if I was aiming for the blue zone. I would have been stopped out here. But if I was just aiming for, let's say, 200 ticks, which is what I used to be aiming for a lot of times, but I've been aiming for way more RR ever since I started Ryze SMT with better PA. I usually get around 400, maybe 500 ticks. But let's say it was back then, I was only aiming for 200. That would have been bang. Let's see what this looks like on the 1 minute. Bang. Super clean. But if I was aiming for a higher RR, I definitely would have been stopped out here because I didn't get a Ryze SMT exit on ES. So I wouldn't have been able to know to TP here. So either this would have been either a hit if I was going for lower target, or I would have been hit stop loss. So that's the first trade. Let's move on to the next. Oh shit. Oops. All right. Okay. All right. After I would have got stopped out here, we came back down, and we have another yellow zone SMT on ES. So you could have banged longs on the first 50% at 945, which would have been a bottom tick on here. Let's say here, bang. And again, PA was terrible today. So if I was aiming, let's say if I was just aiming for 200 ticks again, that would have definitely hit. Jump down to the 1 minute. Yep. That would have hit. But if I was aiming for higher RR, like usual, like let's say like here or whatever, definitely would have got stopped out. But just for the sake of things, let's just say we're aiming for like 200 ticks, which is because I'm usually on one con, so that's basically a band right here, a band right there. All right, let's hop back on the 5. All right. Okay. Next SMT, we have a Ryze Zone SMT here at 10 a.m. If we go to 10 a.m. on here, bang. Oops. You also could have taken this, let's see. You also could have just taken it on the orange zone too. Pretty sure I wouldn't have gotten stopped out either or. Let's just say for the sake of things, Chokyo on the 50%. 50 tick stop. And this would have been, I think, the biggest trade other than this that you could have hit. 10 a.m. bang. Oh shoot, bro. And if you were just aiming, I would have took TP here when I saw ES and NQ both hit Ryze Zone. I probably would have just, and that's way more than enough. That's almost 13 RR. That's beautiful. Hop on, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that is incredibly clean. But I'm still gonna say these two would have been a loss if you're aiming for a bigger trade like this. These two would have been a loss, but if you're taking some other TPs, these could have hit. But I'm gonna just say these were a loss. This would have been probably, this would have made back whatever your loss is on here. You could have, if you're really that crazy, you could have reversed into longs here. Let's just say, just for the sake of things, just for, Ryze SMT purposes, let's say you did take longs here at the 50%, 50 tick stop. That's close enough. What time is this? 11:40. 11:40. That is a red zone SMT because we're way above it on here. So if you took TP at 11:40, which me personally, I'm gonna just me personally, I wouldn't have held it this long. But again, just for the sake of testing out Ryze SMT, looking back, that would have banged. What is that? 11:40. I mean, bang. Okay, moving forward. I mean, past 11:40, I wouldn't take anything else. But you guys can go back and look for today, see what else. Maybe I missed something. But overall, these are the 4 trades. I think these two would have probably hit without getting stopped out. These two, most likely you would have got stopped out unless you were aiming for a shorter take profit. And if we just hop back onto the 1 minute, incredibly clean. I mean, you're basically just catching the wicks at this point. Bang, 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 bang. But yeah, if you took these two, you'd be up like 1,200 ticks on the day, which is beautiful. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I see any other SMTs. I'm kind of just glancing over this, so I might probably missing some things, but oh no, there is a SMT here. If we hop on the 5 minute, either orange, red, white, you definitely would have got stopped out here. Let's say if you entered here, definitely would have been stopped out. Yeah, you would have been stopped out. You would have been stopped out here for 50 ticks. If you re-entered, you could have re-entered here, orange zone or Rick zone. And you could have carried this on till, let's see, until 155, which is the yellow zone SMT. Bang. And if we hop back on the 1, beautiful. So most likely would have been stopped out on the first entry. If you waited for a Rick zone tap, you would have had a beautiful short entry. And I'm pretty sure this is an overlapping. I think this is Tokyo. Yeah, that could have been also a long entry there. But yeah. That was also nice. I just saw that. That was a really clean rejection off here. But bang. That's pretty much it for my review. Personally, maybe you guys would have taken completely different setups, but this is what I saw. That's pretty much it. Yes, sir. Smirky.